Hey everyone, I'd just like to say thank you to Helen for asking this question on my previous video, and it was should she eat before she does a cardio or eat afterwards? So it kind of brings us to this whole concept of fasted cardio and the myth of does it burn more fat? So kind of let me talk about the myth first. So if you do cardio fasted, i.e. first thing in the morning before you've had your breakfast, the kind of the bro science people will tell you that it burns more fat. So what the research says is it does burn more fat, but it's fat that is inside your muscles. It's called intramuscular triglycerides, not the fat that we're trying to lose, which is body fat. So, and if we look at that mechanistically in terms of the process of how we lose fat, we need to be in a calorie deficit. So if we look at fasted cardio, and it has to change the energy balance in some way. Does it do that? Well, let's look at the possible ways it could. Does it cause you to eat less in the day? Not necessarily, because if you have your breakfast before or after and you have the same breakfast, it doesn't change the energy intake over the course of the day, so it doesn't change that. Does it burn more calories doing it fasted than non-fasted? Again, what the research says is if you've had some food before you go out and do your cardio, you can probably do a bit more, therefore burn more calories. So actually it would be even less of a benefit doing it fasted. And does it cause you to eat less over the whole day in terms of your hunger and cravings? Again, there's no research to back that up. So it doesn't change the energy balance, therefore it does not change how much fat you burn from your subcutaneous fat, the fat that you can see. So if your goal is fat loss, doing it fasted or non-fasted is kind of up to you. If it fits into your day, the only time you can do your cardio is before breakfast, do it. If you would normally have breakfast before cardio and you'd normally eat a post-training snack, and doing it fasted cause you to miss out those calories and you don't feel too bad on it, then you'll probably be in a calorie deficit because you've missed out that meal. Again, you'll lose more weight because of that, lose more fat potentially. So great, if that works for you. But if we look at performance, so there's the whole body composition reason for doing it, and just before I move on to performance, you'll hear people say, well, bodybuilders do it fasted. Well, probably one of the best bodybuilders of all time, Ronnie Coleman, doesn't do it fasted. So if the best bodybuilder does his cardio with some food in him, it kind of goes against the argument that all bodybuilders do it fasted and it works for them. But if we look at performance, now performance is interesting because you can look at it two ways. If you eat before you do let's say you go out for a run, you could run faster. If you eat carbs, those carbs will fuel higher performance, more powerful sprint type training, more higher heart rate, so you're looking at 90% max, then eating beforehand might be a good idea. But actually, if you train properly fasted, which is not just not eating overnight, so there's two. Training with low carbohydrate, don't want to confuse people here, but that can mean you don't eat breakfast and overnight you start to use some of your liver glycogen, your liver store of carbohydrate, then you'll have less of that available to use immediately for your training, but your muscles are still full of the training from your previous meal, full of carbohydrate from your previous meal. So you're not properly fasted in terms of the muscle substrate that you're going to use for training. But if you did, let's say, a HIIT training session in the evening and you didn't eat carbs for that night, so your muscle glycogen's been depleted, and then you do a cardio session in the morning, and the research shows that you'll get more mitochondrial biogenesis. So just need to think mitochondrial biogenesis, i.e. you'll develop a greater number of mitochondria in the cell, and it's the mitochondria that are your engine that produces the energy. There'll also be an upregulation of the aerobic enzymes within the cells. So your aerobic fitness will improve if you train fasted, but that's muscle fasted, not just kind of digestive fasted. So you have to deplete the muscles from glycogen first by training the night before and not eating carbs and then doing your cardio the next day. Now, you don't want to do continuously kind of train low sessions, i.e. train with absence of carbohydrate, because your performance will start to decrease. So if you're looking at pure performance gains, some fasted, true fasted sessions and some fed sessions will be an excellent way to improve performance. If you're just doing it for body composition and fat loss, it's up to you. And for most people, it's more comfortable, it feels better, and they can perform a bit better, so they can burn more calories if they do it fed. So I hope this has been of use to you. If it's confused you in any way whatsoever, then message me, put some comments down, and I'll be happy to go into a bit more detail. So comment away, guys. If you found it interesting, please share. I know Callum, you've been sharing quite a lot. Massive kind of appreciation to everyone that shares and comments. Tag people in the comments if you think this is beneficial to them. And the more kind of likes and shares and comments I get, the more I'll be able to kind of get out and do these videos. So speak to you soon. Bye.